Trump has gotten worrisome news about how the U.S. economy is battening down for potential fallout from his tariffs. And the Republican is trying to blame Democrat Joe Biden, who left office months ago. The government reported today that the U.S. economy shrank at an annual rate of 0.3% during the first 3 months of the year. It was slowed by a surge in imports as companies tried to bring in foreign goods before Trump imposed massive tariffs. U.S. President Donald Trump and his cabinet spent the better part of their meeting touting the administration's record on everything from immigration to the economy. But he also got concerning news that the economy shrank at a 0.3% annual pace from January through March, the first drop in 3 years.
And we also saw in today's ADP report a much slower gain of job gains. Now, that doesn't necessarily predict what we'll see in the official report on Friday, but one thing that was really important in that report was where the declines were. They were in small businesses.
Democrats criticized Trump and his policies, while Republicans backed the president.
Donald Trump inherited the strongest economy in the world, not a perfect one, but the strongest, and it's just taken him 100 days to crash it. So I hope we'll turn it around and we can begin by voting tonight to reject his worldwide tariff regime.
We need to watch out for our economy. President Trump's doing the right thing. We got a tariff. I just met with people right there that the tariffs are working. It's helping American companies. And bottom line, at the end of the day, we have got to do something to help American people and get manufacturing back in the United States. We're going to struggle for a while, but good things will happen in the future.
Trump, who completed his 100th day in office this week, tried to reassure a nervous country that his tariffs will not provoke a recession and blamed Biden for the impact on the economy.
Core GDP, and this is, you probably saw some numbers today, and I have to start off by saying that's Biden. That's not Trump, because we came in on January, this is the quarterly numbers, and we came in and I was very against everything that Biden was doing in terms of the economy.
He added that the former president may be at fault for the next quarter as well. As Trump wages a trade war with China, last week major retail CEOs warned of potential supply chain disruptions that could begin this summer. And this week, nearly 10,000 longshoremen, marine clerks, and foremen in 2 California ports are feeling the impact of Trump's tariffs. The ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach report nearly 60 fewer vessels are scheduled to bring goods to the United States next month. The port in LA alone is expecting a 35% drop in imports during the first week of May compared to a year ago, with most of the goods coming from China. One global supply chain analyst says even if the trade war were to end right now, inventory is out of position. So that means it could still take months for things to stabilize.
Are we going to run out of some things? Are we going to actually have inflation on some things, the higher price of cost of goods sold? And we may actually run things out sooner or later, and then we're going to flood everything back to fill the shelves. So this will actually go back and forth like it did in COVID until it stabilizes. And it takes about 6 months to stabilize this sequence of things when it goes out of whack.
Today, Trump acknowledged that his tariffs could result in fewer and costlier products in the United States, saying American kids might have 2 dolls instead of 30 dolls. But he insisted China will suffer more from his trade war.
They're sending boats, the biggest boats in the world, carrying cargo like nobody's ever seen before. And they're turning around in the Pacific Ocean. They're doing a big U-turn and going back because they don't want the goods, because 145% tariff. But at a certain point, I hope we're going to make a deal with China. We're talking to China.
Today, the Senate is expected to vote on a resolution that would effectively block some of Trump's tariffs. But according to reports, the resolution has almost no chance in the House, where language in a new rule protects the president's tariffs.